Russia and Mali have announced plans to enhance collaboration in combating terrorism in the Sahel region that has been plagued by a jihadist insurgency spanning decades. The two nations have announced in separate statements. The agreement was struck during a telephone conversation between Assimi Goïta, the interim leader of the West African nation, and Russian President Vladimir Putin, as reported by the Kremlin. The presidents discussed further steps to strengthen Russia-Mali ties in various fields, including the implementation of joint projects in energy, agriculture and mining sectors, the statement said. During the call, the Malian military leader vehemently denounced the terrorist attack on the Crocus City Hall concert venue, which, according to Russian authorities, claimed the lives of over 140 people and left 200 others injured. Goïta also shared on X, formerly Twitter, that he and President Putin discussed bilateral issues, particularly in security and economic areas, and agreed to further cooperate in the fight against terrorism. The call with Mali's president came just a day after Putin spoke with Niger's transitional leader, Abdourahmane Chiani, with both leaders vowing to synchronize counter-terrorism efforts in the Sahel. Some governments in the region have rescinded security agreements with Western partners. Mali, Niger, and neighboring Burkina Faso, all governed by military regimes, recently forged an alliance and bolstered relations with Russia, especially in matters of security. Aiming to address extremist violence, they assert French troops stationed in the region failed to quell. Moscow's engagements with Bamako, Ouagadougou and Niamey have sparked discontent within the EU since French forces were ousted by all three. In January, EU Foreign Policy Chief Josep Borrell remarked that the bloc faces a dilemma regarding its remaining presence in the Sahel region, particularly in Mali, where he claims Moscow's influence has surged. Last week, the US voiced apprehension about Nigerian authorities deepening ties with Russia and Iran after the military government in Niamey scrapped an agreement permitting around 1,000 American troops and civilian contractors to operate in the landlocked nation. Responding to allegations that Russia was stoking anti-French sentiment in Africa earlier this month, President Putin asserted that Moscow merely maintains amicable relations on the continent, which should not offend the West.